Hello everyone, my name is Monica Wharton and I am the Student Assistance Program Specialist for Pleasanton Unified School District. I'm part of the counseling staff at both Amador High School and Foothill High School. And when school is in session, you can generally find me in the wellness centers on both campuses. So today I wanted to talk about how to recharge and refuel, specifically through the power of sleep and relaxation. Often when I talk to students about how they're doing and if they're feeling any stress or what's going on in their lives, we get to the topic of sleep. And I have found over the years that in general, teenagers are simply not getting enough sleep. It's part of our biological makeup during the teenage years that teens get tired later in the evening. And nowadays, with social media and a lot of electronics everywhere we look, teenagers are simply staying up later and later and not getting the good sleep that their bodies need. So hopefully what you can walk away with today is learning a little bit more about what happens when we sleep, the importance and benefits of good sleep, the effects of not getting enough sleep, and how to get better sleep in general. So what happens when we sleep? What is going on inside our body when we are sound asleep, hopefully getting some good rest? So a lot happens in our body when we're asleep for the night. For example, body repair. So during deep sleep, your body works hard to repair cells in your body, including muscles and organs. So all the work your muscles and different body systems have been doing during the day get to relax, recharge, and heal any parts of your bodies that have been overworking. Our immune system also works really hard. Sleep energizes your cells, and chemicals that strengthen your immune system start to circulate in your blood. So you'll probably find that when you're sick, you tend to sleep a lot, and that's your body working really, really hard to boost your immune system and heal all those parts of your body that needs a little extra work. And then learning and memory. Your brain sorts through information from the day and stores it to memory or gets rid of it. So this is important for when you're thinking about academics. If you're getting good sleep, your brain is really able to process that information that it really needs to keep and needs to remember, and solidify it versus the information that it does not quite need to hang on to. So the importance and benefits of good sleep. So how does sleep help you? As we saw in the previous slide, it improves your long-term memory, improves your immune system to fight illness and disease. It helps to regulate hormones during puberty. It helps you concentrate the next day. It improves decision-making and your ability to think clearly. It can help lift your mood. And it helps to keep you healthy by repairing and recharging body systems. Some fun facts. 11 to 16-year-olds need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And teens average only 6.5 to 7.5 hours of sleep a night. So I'd like you to think about how many hours of sleep you think you get on average. It's probably a little less than what the recommended hours of sleep is. Also, 15% of teens reported getting about 8.5 hours of sleep at night. So that percentage is pretty low for teens. Only 15% are getting the amount of hours that is within the recommended range. And teens tend to have irregular sleep patterns across the week. They typically stay up late and sleep in late on the weekends, which can affect their biological clocks and hurt the quality of their sleep. I have two teenagers living in my house and definitely notice that they stay up late, and on the weekends they sleep in late. And it is actually recommended that as much as possible we try to keep our sleep patterns across the week, even on the weekends. So that's a big challenge for teens. Teens' body clocks, the circadian rhythm, experience a hormonal time shift during the teenage years, which makes them feel tired later in the evening and thus making teens likely to stay up late. So melatonin is the natural sleep hormone, which generally kicks in later in the evening during the teenage years. So when you're younger, you tend to feel sleepier earlier in the evening. But as you reach puberty in the teenage years, melatonin kicks in later in the evening, making it much more difficult for teens to get tired at a reasonable time, or what we think is a reasonable time, maybe 9 or 10, and generally makes them stay up much later until 11 or 12. And that can be really difficult, being that teenagers have to be up early for school the next day. This video discusses a few strategies for getting a better night's sleep. I should note that the actors in the video are younger children. However, the strategies that are discussed are relevant absolutely for teenagers and really for everybody. So let's take a look.
Sleep is an essential part of living a healthy life. It's as important as nutrition and exercise, but 1 in 3 of us aren't getting enough of it. Having a consistent bedtime routine is a great way to improve your sleep quality and avoid those things that can get in the way of a good night's rest. When it comes to food, we all have our guilty pleasures. However, eating too close to bedtime or snacking on sugary treats or fizzy drinks will upset your sleep routine. Aim to have a healthy meal around 2 hours before bed and avoid refined sugars and caffeine in the evenings. There's no need to go to bed hungry. If you really do need a snack, opt for something nutritious like mixed nuts or popcorn. And remember to stay hydrated. Our bodies run on an internal clock which tells us when it's time to go to bed and when it's time to wake up. This is known as your circadian rhythm, and keeping it in sync is essential for sleep. Your circadian rhythm takes cues from the things around you and is particularly sensitive to blue light emitted from screens, like your mobile phone. Online games are designed to keep your brain engaged, leaving you stressed and unable to wind down. This creates the feeling of being tired but wired. Try using night mode for your electronic devices to reduce the amount of blue light, and avoid screens and social media for at least an hour before you go to bed. Falling asleep doesn't happen straight away. Your mind and body need time to ease into it. Temperature is a great way to send signals that it's time to go to bed. Make your room a sleep haven by keeping the temperature below 18 degrees Celsius and use lighter bedding during the summer. Weirdly, having a hot bath or steamy shower about an hour before going to bed also works wonders. This is because your body temperature gradually lowers afterwards, releasing sleep hormones. You've got to put your stress and worries to bed. Thinking about the negative things that happened during the day or what will happen tomorrow is a recipe for a sleepless night. Try reading a book or listening to some relaxing music. You might also want to think about writing a to-do list to organise your thoughts. And remember, out of sight, out of mind, so tidy that schoolwork away. Embrace the darkness. Your body works in partnership with the sun, meaning that you get tired when it gets dark. Having blackout blinds or using an eye mask is a great way to maintain complete darkness throughout the night. If you're still struggling to drop off, try a relaxation exercise such as meditation, breathing exercises, or yoga. Finally, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day is the best way to keep your body in check. That includes weekends, so be consistent. Drop us a comment below if you have any tips and tricks that help you get to sleep.
So to review quickly some of the important points in that video, if these are some things to help you get a good night's sleep. For example, aim to eat 1 to 2 hours before going to bed and avoid that snack right before bed. If you are going to eat, Before bed, choose a healthy snack. Stay hydrated. Drink water rather than carbonated drinks and so forth. Certainly avoid caffeine. If you need to use your phone, use night mode. But for sure, avoiding electronics and the white light of electronics is better for you. Keep your room around 65 degrees. Take a shower or bath before bed. Listen to calming music or read a book. Write a to-do list to organize your thoughts. So I often find myself lying in bed thinking about things that I need to do the next day, and often that keeps me awake because I'm worried about what I need to do, or I'm worried I'm going to forget to do something. So just keeping a little notepad or post-it notes next to your bed and writing down a list of things you need to do the following day can help you get those thoughts out of your head onto paper and help you let go of them so that you can actually start to relax. Get your backpack ready in the morning. Get your backpack ready for the morning. The other thing I like to do before bed is figuring out what I'm going to wear the next day. If I need to find some clothes that I'm going to wear, or iron or steam something to wear, I try to do that the night before, so in the morning I don't have to think about that and I can just get going more quickly. So that's another good tip. Keeping your room dark, of course, is really helpful. You can try relaxation exercises, which we'll talk about in a little bit, yoga, meditation, and then, of course, this is the one that's challenging, is to try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends. We know that sometimes we like to catch up on sleep on the weekends, but we also know from a biological standpoint, it's really difficult and there's no real way to make up missed sleep. So being consistent, according to the experts, is far better. So what's not helpful? What should you avoid? As the video mentioned, avoiding carbonated and fizzy drinks, avoid refined sugar and caffeine, avoiding the blue light of phones and electronics, and avoiding brain stimulating activities like playing video games, avoiding social media, and avoiding a too warm room. So what happens when you don't get good sleep? Everyone's experienced the fatigue, short temper, and lack of focus that often follow a poor night's sleep. An occasional night without sleep makes you feel tired and irritable the next day, but it won't harm your health. So we know that from time to time we'll have a bad night's sleep and we won't feel great the next day. That's okay if it happens once in a while. What's more concerning is if your poor sleep or those bad nights happen more frequently or happen what feels like all the time. So the impact of ongoing poor or inadequate sleep. After several sleepless nights, the mental effects become more serious. Your brain will fog, making it difficult to concentrate and make decisions. You'll start to feel down and may fall asleep during the day. Teachers absolutely notice that when kids are not alert during the classroom or their heads are down on their desks. That's definitely a problem. And of course, your risk of injury and accidents at home, work, and on the road also increases. Your reaction times decrease, so that's definitely a hazard, and increases your likelihood of accidents, so be careful of that. And then, of course, your mood. You can become moody and irritable, and a chronic lack of sleep may also lead to more serious conditions like depression and anxiety. And then you also risk the increased risk of developing other serious medical conditions, such as obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. So how can we practice getting better sleep? There are several techniques to help sleep come easier. There are apps to help with sleep, and we'll talk about some of those apps. There's a link to some articles on improving sleep. And then finally, we will practice, if you like, a progressive muscle relaxation exercise. So let's first look at apps. Apps like Calm include guided meditations and calming music to help prepare you for a good night's sleep. Calm is one of my favorite apps. There are other apps such as Headspace, Pillow, Relax Melodies, Physiz, Sleep Cycle, and White Noise. I will add all of these links below so that you can access them if you need to. I'd like for us to go through a guided progressive muscle relaxation exercise, and I'm sharing a YouTube video with you that's about 6 to minutes long. And I find that this is best done when you are lying down. If you're sitting in a chair, and you can do it when you're sitting in a chair, but I find that you're not able to relax your muscles as much or as easily. So if you can, find a comfortable place to lie down, the floor, the couch, a bed, and really allow yourself to relax. Here we go.
Progressive muscle relaxation is an exercise that reduces stress and anxiety in your body by having you slowly tense and then relax each muscle. This exercise can provide an immediate feeling of relaxation, but it's best to practice frequently. With experience, you will become more aware of when you are experiencing tension, and you will have the skills to help you relax. During this exercise, each muscle should be tense, but not to the point of strain. If you have any injuries or pain, you can skip the affected area. Pay special attention to the feeling of releasing tension in each muscle and the resulting feeling of relaxation. Let's begin. Sit back or lie down in a comfortable position. Shut your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Begin by taking a deep breath and noticing the feeling of air filling your lungs. Hold your breath for a few seconds. Release the breath slowly and let the tension leave your body. Take in another deep breath and hold it. Again, slowly release the air. Even slower now, take another breath. Fill your lungs and hold the air. Slowly release the breath and imagine the feeling of tension leaving your body. Continue breathing slowly throughout this exercise. Try to focus on the feeling of air filling and leaving your lungs. It will be normal for your mind to wander. When it does, do your best to bring it back to the moment. Now, move your attention to your feet. Begin to tense your feet by curling your toes in the arch of your foot. Hold on to the tension and notice what it feels like. Release the tension in your foot. Notice the new feeling of relaxation. Next, begin to focus on your lower leg. Tense the muscles in your calves. Hold them tightly and pay attention to the feeling of tension. Release the tension from your lower legs. Again, notice the feeling of relaxation. Remember to continue taking deep breaths. Next, tense the muscles of your upper leg and pelvis. You can do this by tightly squeezing your thighs together. Make sure you feel tenseness without going to the point of strain. And release. Feel the tension leave your muscles. Begin to tense your stomach and chest. You can do this by sucking your stomach in. Squeeze harder and hold the tension. Release the tension. Allow your body to go limp. Let yourself notice the feeling of relaxation. Continue taking deep breaths. Breathe in slowly, noticing the air fill your lungs, and hold it. Release the air slowly. Feel it leaving your lungs. Next, tense the muscles in your back by bringing your shoulders together behind you. Hold them tightly. Tense them as hard as you can without straining, and keep holding. Release the tension from your back. Feel the tension slowly leaving your body and the new feeling of relaxation taking its place. Notice how different your body feels when you allow it to relax. Tense your arms all the way from your hands to your shoulders. Make a fist and squeeze all the way up your arm. Hold it. Release the tension from your arms and shoulders. Notice the feeling of relaxation in your fingers, hands, arms, and shoulders. Notice how your arms feel limp and at ease. Move up to your neck and your head. Tense your face and your neck by distorting the muscles around your eyes and mouth. Release the tension. Again, notice the new feeling of relaxation. Finally, tense your entire body. Your feet, legs, stomach, chest, arms, head, and neck. Tense harder without straining. Hold on to the tension. Now release. Allow your whole body to go limp. Pay attention to the feeling of relaxation and how different it is from the feeling of tension. Continue taking deep breaths. Begin to wake your body up by slowly moving your muscles. Adjust your arms and legs. Stretch your muscles and open your eyes when you're ready. You've completed the progressive muscle relaxation exercise. Repeat this exercise daily to experience the ongoing benefits of relaxation.
Thank you for going through this slideshow with me. If you have any questions or would like to drop me an email, please go ahead and do so at mwharton@pleasantonusd.net. And here's hoping that you can improve your sleep and have many wonderful nights of rest and relaxation. Thank you.